Hello, welcome. It's our office hours for February 22nd. We had a little snafu in the system last week, and it was good learning, lots of learning. And I'm going to make up, figured out a way to make up for that missing time last week that I'll announce here in a little bit. Let's pray and set the stage for the day. Father God, thank you so much for these women. Thank you for technology. Thank you for power in our house. And thank you that you remind us how powerless we really are. And Lord, I just want all the power. I want to be in control and have all my things sorted out, fixed, and figured out all day long, every day. And tell everybody how to run my life. I tell everybody how to help me. And, that's just not how it goes. So, Lord, thank you for the big reminder of my desire and need for you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Good Lord, have mercy. Okay, so we have a lot of people that are not going to be here today, and I knew that. And in honor of that, I made a decision, 10 minutes ago, to do things a little different today. So just be ready, because we all think we want change, and then we don't want change. So, get used to that. We have Susan as our timekeeper. We have Doreen as co-host in case I get kicked off. There's no anticipation of that today, but we need to pivot and adapt. So we're going to start with some announcements, and then we're going to dive in. Go ahead, and while I'm announcing, set your own timer for 3 minutes. Set your own timer for 3 minutes, and then when it's time, you're going to click your timer. But figure out how to get it set for 3 minutes. And so, couple announcements. I've got the video workshop. It's on Wednesday. 10 of you, well, not 10 of you, but 10 women are registered. Some of the women that are registered are not from our group at all, which is good. That's good. But you guys have access either in BCIC for free or for a discount if you're an IBA. And this is the Get Visible on Video workshop, which Heather, shout out to Heather, our copywriting sister Sue. She helped me come up with the title and the tagline. So Heather is your girl. I shot her over $50, and she, we brainstormed, lickety clack, came up with a name. Okay, so that's on Wednesday at noon. That's the hi, welcome, Heidi. Welcome. So that's coming up, and of course it's recorded. Every time you do anything, everybody will always ask, is it recorded? No matter how many times you say it, they will always ask, is it recorded? Yes, it's always recorded. Everything is always recorded. Always. Please always record everything you've ever done. Just even if you think you don't need it. You might just have it on your, it might never be public. You might never transcribe it, but click record. Click record. Okay, sidebar. So that's Wednesday. I'm thinking about having I'll wait until I can ask her about that. Module 7 dropped this morning. That's what I do on the weekends. I record videos and drop modules. And so mentoring, support system, all that good stuff is in your lovely classroom. And what else? We've got a really good stream in the group with freebies being shown, examples of freebies. So keep adding those, because some people don't have a website yet in our group. Okay, I mean, that's the truth. That's the truth. Some people in our group don't have a website. Some people don't have a freebie. Some people don't have an email list. Everybody in this group is in a different place, and no judgment on any of that, right? We all started where we were, right? We all started where we were, and we are learning bit by bit, piece by piece, day by day, month by month. And so if you're still getting people to sign up for your email newsletter, that's outdated. Nobody wants to be on it. No, I don't want to send a newsletter. Who cares, right? So make sure you are getting freebies that people want. Okay. Welcome to those that are just getting on, Becky and Stephanie. Awesome. And one other announcement, I dropped a video a couple days ago, and these were the little, I just am typing it into the chat again. I dropped a quick video, what did I call it? 10 ways to keep 10 things you can do in a power hour to keep your business moving forward. It was cute, it was short, it was relevant, not just to a power outage, but a power hour, a power hour. So has anybody watched that? Just wave at me if you have. Awesome, good, thank you. It was good. I suggest you watch it, but I just posted in the group the 10 things I like randomly typed up. I didn't turn this into a PDF. I just logged into Zoom, my friends, spoke a little thing, clicked the button, put it on YouTube. That's the kind of thing we just need to I don't need to overthink that. I just needed to say it. It was like I do a spoken blog. And I use that, you know, I've done a couple of things recently where I'm using it as an example of speaking something out and then getting it transcribed so that I can put it on my blog. And there's systems that you know, there's Rev, there's Temi, there's a Descript. There was a thing I was paying for and I let go of called Searchy. What's the other one? You know, there's a lot of systems that you can speak your thing out and have it transcribed. Okay, who else has joined us? Hi, Becky. Hi. Okay, we're good. Okay, so let me see. Those are the examples. There's a book that, and you're gonna have longer to share today. That's why I'm going on and on and on. The other training I did recently was this one, the idea, information, and inspiration, and then the magic eyes, the implementation. All of these are free on my YouTube. Why? Because I can get more people to come towards me. They can get a little blip of me. I can post that link out and about. I can send that in an email. Okay, yesterday, the day before, some of the women from our group talked about this book. Of course, I love Seth Godin. Who doesn't, right? Whatever. And so I ordered it. It's lovely when you can click the button at like 8 or 9 in the morning and it's here by 3 in the afternoon. I mean, really, we are so selfish. Come on, bring it down. Run down the street with my book. Anyway, but I started reading it last night. So good, so good. And there's one, I'm going to read a couple little blurbs here. Perhaps you can make some art. Art is what we call it when we're able to create something new that changes someone. That's what we're doing with your business. I want you to know you're in business to change lives. That's what you're doing. And you know, you're going to do it one email at a time, or one little Facebook at a time, or one client at a time. You're not going to have 1,000 run towards you. I'm so sorry. It just does not work like that. 1,000 people will not probably sign up for your first $27 workshop. If they do, then please let me sign up for your training. Okay, let me sign up for your training because I want to be there. I want to see how you do it. You know, normally, like I have 4 people that have paid to be at my workshop on Wednesday. The rest have a free ticket. So there's some real numbers for you. 10 out of the 4, 10 women have registered, 7 get in free. I've made about $100 for my workshop I'm going to do Wednesday. I want you to hear real numbers. You know, I want you to hear, you know, I don't have 50 people signed up for my video workshop. 50 people I know need it, right? I mean, do 50 people that you know need the thing you teach? Of course, 500 people need what you teach. So we just have to like stop, you know, having a drama when, you know, it's just like show up and teach the thing. Is Beth here yet? Because we need to give that girl a big bravo. Is Beth in the room? She got it. I don't know if she's gotten any more, but you know, when you get your first sale, praise God, you know, hallelujah, hallelujah for the first sale. So we want to see if she's not here yet. All right. So what we're going to do today, I've got questions in the queue, but we're going to we're shifting things up for those that love change or hate change. Good for you. Last week I got to experience my own uncomfortableness, so you get to as well. We have a smaller crowd, so you're each going to get 3 minutes. And so I want you to set your timer for 3 minutes, and you're going to get to share a bravo or a breakdown, whatever you want to use your 3 minutes for. You might throw a question or two in there, and we'll gather up the questions. And if we need more time, we're going to dive into those a little bit later. Who can be my, Doreen, can you be my question gatherer? Or is there someone that can make sure I note any questions that come up? Doreen, can you do that? Okay, thank you so much, honey. I'm just putting you to work, sister. Guess what? There's no paycheck. It's the paycheck of the heart. Isn't that what they always used to say? Oh, Lord. Wait, I just remembered, like, I went to this little tiny church for a long time, and that was where I went to my pastor and I said, I think I want to be a life coach. And he's like, this is in 2003 or 4, I don't even know. It was after I'd lost my counseling career. I mean, I was devastated. It was one of the times in my life I was suicidal. I just thought, I'm taking up space. I can't even work in my field. Well, what in the hell is wrong with me? Anyway, I found my little training with Katie Brazelton and the Purpose Driven Life. And I went to my pastor and I said, I wanted to become a life coach. He said, what is that? And I tried to explain, and he said, okay, great. And he let me do some little workshops, like a little workshop at and Stephanie Ellis Ecke. I mean, I'm so glad you're here, because like I met Stephanie at a thing I hosted at the church called Jogging for Jesus. And like we would meet on Saturday morning and like walk around the parking lot. That's how I met Stephanie Ellis Ecke, because I was willing to like just say, hey, I think I want to do some weird thing like life coaching. And so that's, like you never know where you're going to meet somebody that's in your life forever and ever. In your life forever and ever, amen. Or as a client later in your life, or you become a client of theirs, okay? You never know where you're planting the seeds and where they're going to rise up, whether you're building, we don't know if it's carrots or sunflowers, but your job is to go plant. Your job is to go plant. Welcome. Some of our late arrivers are here, so good to see you guys. And I was telling this story for a reason. I don't know what it was. It was about something really exciting and important. Oh, yes. Basically, it was like, if you spot it, you actually have to do it. So I would say, our church needs blankety blank. And then he would turn to me, the small town pastor. Okay, well, great. That must mean that you get to lead that group. Like, oh, damn. And I did. No matter if you're a leader, you're just going to you're going to end up in that role, even when you totally write down, do not do enough, don't raise your hands. Sit on your hands, Diane, sit on your hands. Anyway, show up and teach the thing. Yes. Okay. So 3 minutes, everybody have their timer set for 3 minutes. Did everybody understand the system here? Okay, and now I want people to start raising their hand to basically, there's no specific question. You're going to give a check-in. You're going to do a brave bravo or a breakdown or a question, whatever you want to say. And if you need to leave early, I would say, Stephanie, we're going to get you first. And then we're going to gather up the questions along with the ones I have. If you don't take 3 minutes, that's totally fine, because that gives us more room to dive into the conversation and the questions that have been submitted. So Stephanie, take it away. 3 minutes, baby cakes, or less. 3 minutes or less.
Okay, I'm driving back from Starbucks. So, okay, so I've got my workbook almost finished, and I'm sending it. Marta and I are having a phone meeting on Wednesday she's going to jazz.
Uh-oh, we can't hear you all of a sudden.
Okay, well, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. I'm almost home, but there's a couple of hills. Okay, I've got to make an appointment with Shelby to go through my videos, because there's a few things I want to take out. And I'm being kind of critical, like, oh, I'm so serious. They're not very fun. They're not very this. I just keep thinking about Diane saying, just put it out there, whatever you got, do it and see what happens. So I put a lot of work into this. I can tell you that. There's a ton of information, and I think it's a pretty darn good class for $97. So
yes, ma'am.
So that's all I've been doing, and I think I'm going to try to get it launched March 8th, Diane's idea, International Women's Day, which I thought was a great idea. So that's what we're going toward. I'm pretty happy about the workbook. So that's what's going on with me. What was the name of the book, Diane, that you're reading? I know you put it on Facebook, but I want to get it.
Yeah, well, I'll mention this a couple
Oh, the
different times.
practice. Oh, yeah.
Called The Practice by Seth Godin.
Okay.
I highly
Okay.
suggest we all grab one, unless you are, if you already have one, great. If not, pick up a copy. And awesome. Stephanie, your workbook looks great. And there's a couple of you that, guess what? There's no scarcity. We can all start something on International Women's Day. In fact, I hope you do. Doreen's going to do a cool thing. Stephanie's doing a cool thing. I mean, like do something. It's coming around the bend. Launch a thing. You know, do a thing. So the practice, and we'll talk about that more here in a little bit. I'm going to have Doreen go next, so then she can help me more by focusing on the questions that come around. And then after that, let's see if Heidi can go after that. Excellent.
Okay, I got my first freebie done, yay, and put on Member Vault. So that was exciting because you know what, I felt like I did something. So I get my haircut on Wednesday. So I've been waiting for that because it's been since August. And then I can do a whole slew of videos, and oh, look out, Member Vault is gonna fly. So I'm super excited about that. I am doing something on International Women's Day. I'd still like one or two speakers a little bit if you're interested. I'm doing a Facebook event. So the speakers will speak for about 20 minutes, and I want it not to be a move over man. It's not about that. It's really about cheerleading women on to say that they have potential and that they can do it too. So if you're a speaker and you're interested, they'll be pre-recorded and it'll run all day. Okay, I think that's probably close to my 3 minutes. Okay. Thanks.
Excellent, excellent. I'm so excited to be a part of your event. I highly encourage you, if what she just said, you want to be a speaker on her thing, reach out. Like last week we talked about collaborating. So guess what? You don't wait, you don't sit meekly hiding, oh, I hope she picks me. You ask Doreen. Everybody get it? You ask her, hey, I think I can be I think I can offer value here. Let's go next to Heidi, and then we'll go to Marie, and you guys are doing good. We're gonna have plenty of time for your questions, plenty of time. Heidi, take it away, sister.
I had my timer all set up here and now it's gone. Yeah, so honestly, I feel like I have just been running 100 miles an hour in February. It's all good, but I'm tired. I got through doing a council retreat this weekend. I have signed up for a bunch of trainings and stuff. I just really honestly put too much on my plate. So it was a big weekend. Everything that happened went really well. And I am glad a couple of the things I've committed to will start to end soon, either at the end of February or 1 week or so into March. I'm going to try and be a little bit better about planning my time after that. Yeah, so I feel like I'm just kind of in recovery and catch-up mode. Again, I had a bit of a high. I talked to Diane at some point in all of this craziness and was just like, it's okay. I'm working a full-time job. I'm growing my coaching practice. I'm doing plenty, and I need to stop trying to be full-time in all the places all the time. So, and I will say out loud that the thing that I have neglected since the beginning of the year because of all these commitments is my own health. I've got to get back to my workout routines and all of that stuff. So I'll say it out loud. It's just got to happen.
Excellent. So, good. We hear you. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. And again, each of you have 3 minutes or less. We're going to dive, kind of re-loop around everything that comes up. Good job, Heidi. I learned a lot last week. I learned quite a few things last week about how uncomfortable I was not working. Like I'm a great workaholic, and I wanted to eat all the things, drink all the things. I mean, I was coming out of myself. on day one. I had to journal a million times. I had to ask for help in a million places because, you know, the world binges, the world drinks, right? I was like, oh my God, is this what people felt like when COVID hit? Shit. Like, I mean, I was like, help me, you know, but it took a while, but I had to get it. I had to walk through those feelings. You're going to have to walk through some feelings, my friends, in your business, in your life, in trying to promote yourself. You know, promoting yourself is super scary. Putting out a thing, waiting for somebody to click the button is super, super scary, because it's way easier if I don't ever put the thing out. It's way easier if I just, like, I'm always trying to make it perfect and it never goes out. It never goes out. I never email. I never post. And then I can just be in my drama. Oh, you know, I can't get the website right. Or, you know, I can blame somebody else, right? You know, you're going to have to walk through a lot of uncomfortable with yourself in order to build a business. Actually, in order to build your life, really, because your business is an extension of your life. Your business is you, and you're going to have to deal with you if you want to get a client. Okay. Anyway, you can do this, Heidi. I totally love you, believe in you, and thank you for being honest. Thank you for being honest. I forgot to mention, let me just throw this in. I've got a couple like writing prompts I'm going to drop in, but I'm strategically holding back on those because I don't want you to all to run off and be distracted. I want you to reintroduce yourself in our group. Doreen was like, I don't really feel like I know anybody. I'm like, well, okay, it's time for us all to regroup. We've been here a while. You're starting to recognize each other. It takes a while. And so I posted a meme in the group for all of you to like reintroduce yourself. So you might have connected to 2 or 3 people in here. Guess what? There's more than that. And, you know, do a new reach out to have a new buddy chat. Meet with somebody you haven't talked to. Stop talking to the same person, texting the same, you know, do a new connection, please. Because, you know, they might have an answer for you, but you just haven't been able to, you don't know. Just so don't assume. So reintroduce yourself and then do a new buddy chat. And then also, in honor to, I'm scared to say this, but I'm going to try it. I'm not going to, instead of redoing the office hours I missed because of Snowgeddon or whatever they're calling it, Snowvid, they're calling it Snowvid. Texas Snowvid. And so I'm gonna, again, I'm scared to say it, but Thursday, I'm gonna let you guys, we're gonna do a Voxer, I'm gonna let you Voxer me with stuff, questions, this Thursday between 12 Central and 3, 12 and 3. I have to be done by then because I have a private appointment with Carrie, like right after that. So between 12 and 3 Central, you can Voxer me questions, but remember, there might be 25 of you. So like, give me a minute, you know, I mean, it might take a second to reply. And I'm frightened to this, but we're going to give it a try and I'm going to see if it works. Okay. So between 12 and 3, it's kind of like group Voxer hours. And you know what? I'm going to learn from that. I'm going to learn whether that works or not. I'm going to learn if I want to kill you guys all afterwards. But if you can't get your question answered today, or if 10 more questions come up by Thursday, there's your spot. Sound okay? Sound like a good replacement from last week? All right. Next up, we have Marie for her 3 minutes or less, then Kim W.
Good morning. It's the typical Monday morning in New Jersey, another 3 to 5 inches. It's snowing like crazy. The wind is blowing. So the opportunity to go out and shovel again this afternoon. What have I been doing? Last week, I did not do a lot. Had my grandson for the week because he was on winter break. So we played outside. And it was nice. It was a lot of fun. But I have been faithful to my blogs every week. Marta has been helping me. She finds all my artwork, and it's been really great. Every week, I get a new person to read my blog and leave a comment. So that's been encouraging. That's a big help. I have put 2 Zooms lessons out there. I still am having problems with that connection from YouTube to Facebook. it still comes up my husband and it will not let me get rid of him. We're still working on that, but at least I'm practicing with the Zooms. Let's see what else. My first class is almost ready
Good.
to go up. So yeah, so I've been busy. So this week I'm back to getting everything done. And last week I had a memorial service for one of the women I've been working with for about 7 years, and she passed away. And the greatest thing that happened, it was a beautiful service, but the greatest thing that happened is her husband came up to me and started crying and gave me a big hug. And he said, "Don't stop what you're doing. You're making an impact on women, and you made a big impact on my wife. And I really appreciate what you did." And that was like, whoa, thank you, Jesus. That was really great. So I enjoyed that encouragement from God. Because sometimes, you're doing things, and I don't know about the rest of you, but you're doing things and you're doing new things and you're saying, okay, Lord, am I doing what you want me to do, or am I doing what I want to do? And then he always gives those little nuggets to us. So that was a good encouragement for me. So thank you. And I think that's about it. Back on track this week, getting everything done and working on it. So, and I do appreciate the fact of the videos, because I can constantly review them and keep going over them and going over them. So they've been a real big help.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Marie. And what you do does make a huge difference. And we can't see it in ourselves, right? We can see it in each other. And actually I had written this down, as we're going along, do a brag on somebody else. Do a brag in the chat. Do a brag in the chat on somebody in this group. There's some people that are not on video right now, and that's totally cool. We've got Marta's in the room, but she's not on video. And so do a brag on one of your sisters or one that's not here. I did a brag on Beth. She's not here right now. Do a brag on somebody that you see like doing their thing, and maybe just doing it, carrying along. Maybe they haven't made a sale. Brag on the fact that they're still showing up. Brag on somebody here, okay? Awesome, because those little things carry us forward. Excellent. Great job, Marie. And great job for one of the things Marie said on her report was, well, you got your first coaching client. Yes, that's a bravo, Marie. And I do read these things, my friends, the ones that you said. And she said this: "I am going at my own pace, and that is working well for me. I want to be better than I was yesterday." So bravo, Marie. I'm so glad you're here. You rock, sister. Okay. All right. Next up is Kim W., then Elizabeth, then Susan. Doing good. 3 minutes or less.
Okay, I've been in detox. So I recognize that I have been trying to run 2 businesses, and I have been up late at night. I've been up early in the morning. I have totally, Heidi, you said let go of health. That has totally been me. And so my adrenal glands are showing it, and I have just had to detox. So I have been gone back to like visualizing, why did I even want to start a business? What is my day, like my best day ever that I want to live in my business and with my family and with my life? And I've had to walk through what that looks like and visualize it again and get me to go back to making choices and boundaries around that. So going and setting my schedule as hard as it is and putting everything away and having people in my life to hold me accountable to that I walk out the door when I say I'm going to at work, that I close my laptop and I put it away, that I don't schedule meetings when I'm home in the evening with my family. So I have been in a huge detox. And so like you said, Diane, it's been really hard. I realized how much I had been working to feel in other emotions, right? Of things that were happening in our life. So it's been a really good thing for me, and it's been super healthy. And just, in my devotion, even this morning, getting back to like, what is my purpose? Because I think I've been keeping myself so busy as a way of emotionally numbing, and that I need to go back to, okay, but what, like, I can be busy doing all kinds of stuff, but what is my purpose? And going back to, because simply, there's a way that we can do this simply when we go in alignment with our purpose. And I just want to get back to that. I don't want to be busy trying to do all the things. I want to know, what is my my purpose and stick to that and try to simplify my life. And so I'm walking in it, because really, you guys, like, I haven't been walking in it. And so I don't want to be a hypocrite, and I want to have integrity. So it's like going back to that. And so for some of the things I've done is the things that needed to get done. So my trauma yoga therapy certification, getting all of that kind of stuff done. Looking at my book, it's in with an editor. So doing the edits that need to be done when that comes up. I'm still doing my Facebook Lives because I've committed to that on the Mondays and showing up. I'm showing up like in the things that I need to show up in. But otherwise, I'm stepping back to kind of feel like what I want God to speak to me about my next steps.
Okay, so let's just give Kim a high five around the room. Oh my gosh, preach, sister. Preach. I was thinking about you a lot last week as my cortisol was running loose, you know, through the house, and and just how much I need to stop doing. You know, I mean, when there's no power and you get to, you know, really see what is ridiculous that I'm doing, focusing on, running around, having somebody add to my member vault. I don't need to do that. I don't need that thing from 10 years ago on my member vault. Like, what the hell? But even more clearly, I mean, that was why I was like, you know, if I only had an hour or two, what the heck do I want to be doing? Because maybe all you have is an hour or two, right? Some of you have other jobs. I know that. Some of you, I mean, we all have a job, and then we have extra, we have life. What, you know, like, I want more life. I want more life and less job, less work, if we want freedom. And so, good job for, you know, I posted in there, why did you start? What do you really want? Desire. We have to always keep going back to that. The business detox. Like, what the heck is on the plate right now that is just me chasing somebody else, really? Yeah, great questions. Great question. When my cortisol is I know. Should start a comedy show. I am trying to learn how to crochet, and of course I do that addictively too. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I have all these yarns, I don't know how to crochet. I'm watching all these YouTube videos. I'm really, really mad because, you know, if I'm sitting in front of the fire, I should be able to crochet, for God's sake, you know. What woman can't crochet or knit? Anyway, so my husband's been like, oh my God, you know, last night I couldn't leave the room because I had to finish my YouTube tutorial how to do it. Like, I mean, I'm just trying to make a little square, a little cube. We shall see. But your thing, if you can't put it out, I mean, your addiction, it's called the addictive amoeba. So if you can't, you know, if all your energy can't go to work, then where is it going to go? Amazon? You know, or like, so deal with that. That's a separate call. Separate group. Tomorrow morning, we have a recovery call. And I do these for free in the Brave Women Nation. I'm going to change the timing of them in order to stop some of my drama. But tomorrow will be the one at 10 in the morning Central, and it's about recovering from your own insanity, whatever that might be. Perfectionism, people pleasing, workaholism, food craziness. You know, drinking was the easiest thing I ever let go of. Smoking, easy. Hello, easy. The rest of it's a lot more difficult. It's like somebody on the meeting yesterday said, well, if I could just let go of mayonnaise and knew that mayonnaise was the problem, of course I won't eat mayonnaise. Or you know, if I have a peanut allergy, of course I won't go near peanuts. But it's way more confusing than that for me. Okay, I'm done with that little rant. Thank you, Kim. Elizabeth's up next, then Susan, and then Heather. And we're doing 3 minutes or less, and we've got questions after that. Bravo.
So last week, I live in Missouri, so it was not as bad as Texas, but we did get colder. But I maintained our power and electricity, thank the Lord. Although they talked about rolling blackouts, but we never experienced it at my house. Praise the Lord. But so I was a little slow to get going during the week because the cold just made me want to sleep. It just made me tired. I don't know if anybody else experiences that, but I did. So, but I did manage to get out a blog. I hadn't done one in over a month to write a blog, and I worked on editing on my novel, as well as worked on my life coach certification course a little bit. So that's what I
Excellent.
did. I got rolling by the end of the week. So
Good. That's good, Elizabeth. And good for you on the blog and the edits, and everything we do is moving us forward, bit by bit, piece by piece. It's good. And we'll come back to your question that you sent in when we get to the questions about email stuff.
Diane, there's one other thing that I did is I got to meet with somebody in one of my writers group who educated me on how to use PowerPoint to put together a little booklet, which I'm going to use for my lead magnet. So I'm really
Excellent.
excited about that.
Good. You're learning a lot. I'm proud of you. Excellent. Okay, next up is Susan and then Heather.
I'm not so great at doing several things at once, but I want to thank you all. I haven't had to ding in at all because we don't talk 3 minutes, it seems. So anyway, I'm from New Mexico and Arizona, and unfortunately last week during Snowvid, I was in New Mexico. So we were at 0 degrees and we lost our power, but only for a few hours. So I was real grateful for that. But in order to conserve power, we fired up our big fireplace in my sunroom to give the whole house heat. And so I got a chance to sit back, watch the birds at the feeders, and read my book, my current one. And I also have learned that you're supposed to use prompts. So here's my prompt. It's the John Maxwell program on the world needs change, change your world. So it's a really good book if you ever get a chance. And he has a little program that goes with that. And then, so that I did that and took notes on my phone for the first part of the week till it started warming up, because my office only has a space heater and it doesn't have a bathroom. So I have to go in the house to the bathroom, and that just creates all kinds of problems. So I didn't do that. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I really humped it. And I worked on my book, Becoming the Phoenix.
Nice. Very nice.
Out of the Ashes We Rise. And I worked on my ABC module transformation toolkit.
Good.
And I started getting edited. I need to find an editor. So those would be my Voxer questions, editors and that kind of thing. But my husband is really good in language arts. He's really good speaker and writer, and he doesn't do a lot of writing except emails and stuff, but he can edit really well as far as punctuation and all that. So I have him doing it. I have him reading my stuff and putting in the commas and all that. I either go over comma or under comma, run on sentence, don't say enough. So I'm working on that. So anyway, it's good to see you all. And my bravo is to all of you, because I look at each and every one of you and I see the good that you're doing and the growth. I mean, and I try not to tell myself I just have to keep up. I'm done. See? And it's only 2.5 minutes.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, it's okay to change things up. I want you guys to hear that. You're going to have to change things in your business. You're going to resist it. You're going to feel like, oh, everybody's going to freak out. They're all going to hate me if I end this program or whatever, whatever your thing is. And thanks for the shout out, Susan, in reference to the video training. I heard that. In one of the video, I think that's what you're referring to. In one of my video trainings for this next Wednesday, I talk about, the power of having a prompt, that keeps me from feeling, if I'm doing a Facebook Live, oftentimes I'm picking I have a prompt to show on the screen, I have something, and that was how I got over my fears when I first started doing all these videos. Like, oh, okay. I mean, one of my most popular videos, I was like, I didn't even need them. I thought they were cute. Like I was talking about wearing, I'll find this. It's like a 3 or 4 short video about reading glasses. And I think it was called, What Do You Need to See? I mean, that's one of my most popular videos on YouTube. Like, what the hell? I'll find it. It was way Wichita Falls back. Probably, I don't even know, but it was cute. But I was doing that because of having a prompt to show, or something to use as a teaching tool in the video. So anyway, awesome, Susan. Cannot wait to meet you, in about a month. Okay, next up is Heather, and then we need some more okay, Marta's got her hand raised, and hopefully we'll see if Becky and Carrie can get their hand raised. All right, Heather, take it away, honey.
Okay. Oh Lordy, let me think. I have client getting waterfall workshop coming up next week. It's on Tuesday and Wednesday, and it's a couple hours each day. And it's been super fun. We created a quiz, like lead magnet for it. That's like silly and fun. It is like, who's your brand celebrity BFF? And the options that they get are Audrey Hepburn, Jada Pinkett Smith, Drew Barrymore, or Mayim Bialik.
Nice.
From Third Rock. So it's very fun. We had fun creating it. And then, so that one's going to start with some like overall ideal client stuff, which is good. But then it's going to go into ideal client for each offer and end with like the next steps for creating a lead magnet, and then a pop-up Facebook group that we are going to do some stuff for lead magnets in. Oh, nice, Elizabeth. Elizabeth says she got Drew Barrymore. Yes. And then I am in the process of mapping out my next thing, which will launch in April. And I keep narrowing it down and moving through it. So that's kind of cool. And then just client work, which is fun. But I kind of, in the same realm, like got myself a little too busy for a little while, and then like I don't know, like get like, oh, I want to avoid it all, right? That's my go-to when I start feeling overwhelmed, is I want to avoid it all. But I think I have that back on track. And then I have like 2 new calls this week with people I don't know and just sort of found me randomly. So that's kind of cool. I don't know exactly even yet where they found me. They just scheduled calls, so I'll find out.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Well, and I had a call with, the waterfall website page looks so pretty. It's so pretty. Becky, let me know if you're able to share out loud. We're going to go to Marta, and then we have Becky and Carrie. Then we need to dive into the questions. But I just drew this up really quickly, kind of chicken scratch. But when I was meeting with Heather about, I don't even know what, something, tribe. Heather was my first.
Yeah.
Heather was my first call after hell last week. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so good to see somebody. Like, to have heat, power, 55 hours, people. I mean, we were like going Donner over here. Anyway, but like I had a call with Heather, and I mean, it was so simple. It's like, what am I bringing, if I have a free, this is back to the ecosystem conversation. If you have a free thing, like a workbook, knick-knack, ebook, video, whatever the heck the free thing is, what's the next logical thing for the people? Is it 27, 37, 47? And then from there, what would be the next logical? Maybe they can go to the night. There's some people that'll never go here. They'll never go to the 5,000 department. But some are going to go, well, heck yeah, I want to go all the way down. I want to go into the bigger numbers. I didn't put them on this chart. And is this the same thing as your funnel? Yes. But sometimes you see it differently and go, okay, yeah, like, does this really connect to anything I offer? Sometimes we're like running down wrong streets. So check yourself whether you're running down the wrong street and make it logical. If somebody finds you and they take blankety blank, where would they want, what's their next question? It's like freshman, sophomore, junior, school's made a certain way so that we like learn in little chunks, going to the next school, next section. And remember, you know, and then your things are going to need to be higher than this too. They're going to go higher, but you've got to start somewhere. Start somewhere, my friend. Anyway, that was a little like aha from my call with Heather. All right. Yes, people like to get their toes wet. Let's go next to, where are we on the roster? Marta and let's see. Becky, are you saying that you can't talk? Is that what that little X means? Becky says she can't talk. She put an X. It's like, oh, I've never seen the X. Interesting. So we're going to do Marta, then Carrie, then we're going to dive back around to loop through questions. Awesome. Well, I was very blessed that I had lots of rain and 45, 50 degrees and did not lose power. So I was really working hard not to complain over the tremendous amount of rain we got last week. But last week, you know, a lot of us had family issues. And so that was my drama last week and like Diane, I learned a lot that my people pleasing came out of the woodwork of keeping the clients happy and keeping my mom happy because she was frustrated and wanted to get out of the hospital, and keeping the doctors happy even though I was not happy with them. And so yeah, that was my drama last week. But I still got, finally, I realized I was postponing setting up my newsletter because I was scared. I was scared to start it because I've started it so many times and didn't finish it. But this time, and I got emails back, people saying, we're so glad to hear from you, so that made me feel good. So that was good. I also put out in my newsletter invitation to become part of a beta test group for my magazine and take a break kits. And I've already had several people email back that they're wanting to do that. And I thought that'd be the easiest way and the fastest way to really get one-on-one feedback of what would work for them and really get to know my target audience better. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, and then my magazine is just about done. I had more ideas, revamped it a little bit, and I'm really excited about it now. And so over the next week, I'll be getting more one-on-one feedback from my beta group, my beta readers, and getting it ready to launch in early March. Excellent, excellent. Well, I'm so glad that, well, first of all, I'm so grateful to have you on my team. And, you know, you've got to have a team, my friends. Your team might be one person, but eventually, you know, it might be bigger, it might be small. It's going to expand and contract over the years of your business. But when my life was starting to, I'm like, okay, can somebody let everybody know? Can somebody, I posted in all my groups, oh, we're not going to have a thing. And I got way worse than that one day. But, I was messaging Marta and Shelby, hey, can you let the people know that I cannot be on a Zoom when it's 50 degrees in my house? I just can't. I'm so sorry. Like that's like probably the not right answer. But my workaholism and my people pleasing tells me that that's wrong. That's the wrong answer. Like, I'm not kidding. That is what is so deep in me. You show up no matter what. You're responsible. Like, that was the lesson in my family. You never call in sick. You're never ill. You're never tired. You go. You're there. And so in order to like reschedule things or like not do a thing, it takes an act of God in my life. And so God is teaching me many things this year related to that. But anyway, thank you, Marta, for being on my team, helping me to like not, act like a fool. And also, I'm proud of you for getting your newsletter out because, I want to be on the list. I want to see what you just put out. I don't think I'm on there, so I need to go sign up. And so remember, put your link in. We've got a couple streams in the group, your freebie stream, and then like the reintroducing yourself stream. And then I'm challenging all of you to reach out and do a new buddy connect. Talk with somebody you don't know. In these next couple weeks. You might have time this week to set something up. I don't know your schedule, but like fit something in. Anyway, thank you, Marta. We're going to close up with Carrie's 3 minutes, then dive into questions, 3 minutes or less. And then I'm putting a couple key questions into the chat for us to consider. Carrie, take it away.
Oh my Lord, my brain is a popping. All of a sudden I'm listening to people and I couldn't write fast enough. I started having all kinds of ideas. That in and of itself is my challenge. Diane, somebody who might know that personally, both for me and yourself. But so my brain is all over the place this morning. I guess I didn't start my thing, but so let me start with this. I guess the things that I've been working on, and we'll have to dive into more of these because there's so much that's happening. I'm actually testing, this is a big one for me. I'm testing a new approach. I put this down, testing a new approach to getting Shinola done. In other words, I had to take a step back and get my shit together and say, you're not practicing what you're teaching. You get caught. It's that whole busyness thing that we've all been talking about. And I think it's worse since 2020 for a lot of us, especially if you really do love and enjoy stuff. So I'm like, look, okay, if you're going to teach this, you got to step back and start doing more of it. Now there's a time to push and everything, but there's also a time to step back. So I called it permission to play tiny. I'm so sick of this think big. I mean, I've taught it. I've talked about it. Think big. And I don't even know if I put that out there yet, but I've done a video around this for myself as well as others. So permission to play tiny. And one of the things that you just said, Diane, is another video I did that I really felt called and needed. All in doesn't mean buried alive. Going all in doesn't mean buried alive. And I had to tell myself this as well as so many people because it's what I'm seeing. I've gotten some more clarity on better market positioning, on a unique angle, on a micro market. I've had some real ahas and revelations. I've been able to strip away the stress with a lot of this stuff by hitting the reset. And I'm really focused on more fun. I'm really, not that we don't have to do some things that aren't fun, but focused on more fun. I also had which I didn't plan on, but we ended up having a 2-hour meeting with my core team person and just dove into some stuff. And I dove into some frustrations, not so much angry or disappointed in them, just disappointing in some of our progress and how do we need to shift some things. And so I'm encouraged with that because she gets it. I mean, she really gets it. It's just some of her team. She needs to shuffle some of her team so that they can play with my stuff better, which by the way is exciting because we're going to start testing in March a new approach to content and doing some more repurposing, which I've wanted to do for a while. And I'm going to actually have one of her girls who's really good at just the admin piece capture the SOP on that with the standard operating procedure. So we'll have like, okay, here's this, I post this and then boom, here's what you do, boom, 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 so that it becomes easier because we just haven't been getting stuff done. So I'm pretty excited. I do need to and want to work on a little bit of the customer journey map. And we're going to start, like she said the other day, once we get a few of these things in place, it's going to be like, we're just going to be going on fire fast. It's just, there's a few glitches. And so I'm encouraged that we're going to get those solved between now and the end of March. And then it's going to just be like a floodgate opening. So.
Excellent. Excellent. We love that quote, permission to play tiny. And awesome. I'm going to challenge you because every single time we gather, you go last. I'm going to challenge you in the weeks to come to go sooner in the call. So keep that in mind.
That's fine. It's just, I don't have the raise thing. So you can just call on me. I'm cool with that.
Okay, good. Well, you can type in the box that you, I think that'd be good. So as we go into Q&A now, I posted, and this was related to what you just said, Carrie. I posted some questions, and one of them that just rose up again. I want you to just, answer for yourself. It sure would be fun if. It sure would be fun if. And you can answer that for your business or whatever you want to answer it towards. I mean, it sure would be fun if 100 people signed up for my video course on Wednesday. That would be fun. I mean, I'm all about it, I'm sure it sure would be fun to teach something I am very passionate about, right? So go ahead and type that questions. Yes, I know, honey. Heather just called me out because I was looking at the very questions that I have on a program I purchased from Heather. Is it okay if I'm sharing them? Okay. Okay, so like I purchased something from Heather and I was like actually reading it. Oh my gosh, what the heck? And I was like, oh, these are great questions. And so I like cut and paste them and saved them. And these are things I would ask a brand new client, right? I mean, these are great questions. And the next one I posted was, what are the top 5 issues you're currently, so your pain, like we need to look, where are we trying to go? And then what's the agony? What's the confusing, why do we have to have a business detox, for heaven's sakes? What's the problem here? And so answer those, but start with the one about fun. Start with the one about fun. Thank you, Heather. I might not use Dubsado, but I'm going to have my helper grab everything that I purchased from you, right? Because here's the deal, ladies. If you're paying for something, because I've done this a million times in my journey, like I just stopped paying for Searchy. I've been paying $70 a month. It hasn't been working. I haven't been using it. I'm trying out another system that's $30. That might work, that might not. If you are paying for something, I'm paying for Dubsado, $35 a month. If I don't use it, it's like the clothes I have in my closet that I've never worn with the tags on. I mean, they might come around the bend, or they might not actually fit me. Right? So it's okay to cancel. You can sign up again, right? I mean, there's things that have fit differently at different times of my business. Sometimes we over gather the technology tools. I mean, I still do a lot of paper and pencil. I don't use Google Calendar. I barely know how to use Google Docs, which is why I forget that we actually have a Google Doc. And I apologize profusely. I know we have a Google Doc accountability thing. I haven't looked at it in like a month. So forgive me. Keep learning, keep constantly learning, but you're allowed to say, hey, I can only learn so many things in 1 week, right? I mean, so many things in 1 week, and you're allowed to cancel a thing that is not the right tool for you in your tech stack. And Marta, I'm going to ask you officially later, but I think maybe our bonus I might want to offer for March, and you're allowed to say no because I'm like putting you on the spot, but I might offer a bonus in March, kind of for this group, a bonus free to talk about your tech stack and what, some systems and stuff and this and that and WordPress and this and that. So let me know later if you're willing to do that with me. Okay. Hello. Somebody, Susan, do you have a question? Or you're good? Okay. So I'm going to dive into, so let's pause here. Look at this. We still have 30 minutes. We've had a little longer time to hear your own voice. It feels right to me. How does it feel? Carrie's having a hot flash, so that's good. I posted in one of my Facebook groups for Texas. I'm like, well, the one benefit of this week is I didn't have any hot flashes, it's frozen to death and, using a headlamp to cook my food. So good enough. Okay. Doreen, have you gathered up any other questions? I have a couple that were submitted. Did you gather any others up, Doreen? No? Okay. So feel free. I mean, I'm going to answer some. Beth is not here. Elizabeth is here. And there's probably some other questions. Some of you sent in your report and you just said no questions. You kind of just checked in, and that's totally fine too. Let me do an advertisement really quickly. It kind of looks like this. Some of you have seen it. There's 13 out of you that are enrolled in BCIC. And that means we're going to continue on in April, May, June, and July, all the way. And 5, 6, 7, I don't know, a clump of you guys are coming to my house in March, in June, in September. Those are all available as a la carte or part of your program. But for those of you that are in just IBA, now is the time for us to talk about your creative payment plan. Why? Because I take all sorts of cool creative payment plans, and the women in this room can all nod and smile. Oh yes, I am on the weirdest one, but guess what? You're not on the weirdest one. Somebody else probably is. I've had women paying in full, I don't know. I have women paying in all, they're not paying in chickens, thank God, but because I don't need a chicken. Anyway, but if you want more of this all the way through the year, and I need to say this out loud, I am going to shift this program, and BCIC are probably in their last version like this. They're in their last version like this, and they're going to evolve as I'm evolving. And what I'm learning in order to make them more user-friendly for me and everybody else. Okay, so just stay tuned. I guess that's what I want to say about that. Stay tuned. Okay, so Beth had asked, this is important, and I'm going to answer this for all of us. I wish she was here, but she is not. How to sell and promote without sounding salesy like a snake oil saleswoman. Right? I mean, I know Beth's always afraid of this, but like she has great knowledge, 21 books, and she's turning her book into a course, and she got her first sale, and that changes everything. Somebody needs to learn how she's done it and her system and her process, and that they are not sitting in Butler, Missouri, or wherever the hell she lives, right? Elizabeth and Beth live near each other. They eat, chips and dip all the time together. But like, we've got to share, teach, offer, sprinkle, plant. I mean, I've got to plant my seeds in places beyond Butler, Missouri. Like, she cannot like live her life. I mean, yes, she lives there. Wherever you live, you live. Okay, great. Most of my clients are not down the street. Like, they are all over the world. Why? Because I started going global when I created the National Association of Christian Women Entrepreneurs. I mean, do you think I was scared to death? You better believe it. I had 0 clients, and I put this big old thing out. I have 0 members. And I'm like, this is the National Association of Christian Women Entrepreneurs. Like, what the hell? You're a liar. Talk about imposter syndrome. And then they came. And then they came some more. And then I had a woman from Canada join. And then a woman I didn't know joined way back then in 2010. And I mean, I was married to a different husband. These things happen. But I was just shocked and in awe that it actually worked. I was just shocked and in awe that, I mean, I was sending out the emails. There was no Facebook Lives, there was no Zoom, there's none of that nonsense. There was no Facebook groups. I'm sending out emails and hoping somebody reads the email, signs up for the little ebook thing I had. And so how to sell and promote without sounding salesy like snake oil salesman is talk about what you're passionate about. Tell me how your life has changed. Tell me what's different for you. Share a testimonial that just came in from your client. Tell me give me a glimpse behind the scenes of what it was like before. This is an AA thing. Lots of time, I get asked to share my story on AA meetings, and it's very simple. They have a very simple formula that could serve us all very well. There's 3 things: what it was like. So somebody type this for me. All I need to share: what it was like, what happened, what it's like now. Like, we can overcomplicate the whole thing. Well, that's all I need to share on a Facebook Live. What it was like before I used a video. What it was like before I created NACWI. What it was like before I found my purpose. What it was like. What it was like when I was trying to write my first book. So what it was like, what happened, thank you, Doreen. What happened, what is it like now? I mean, I actually have, and here's another version of that. And this is all to answer Beth's question, but this relates to all of us. So I've got another version of that right here. Whoops. This is from one of my other coaches. And so if somebody can type this up, this is what happened. This is what I learned. This is what I know now. It's, it's basically the same thing. It's a variation. This is what happened. This is what I learned. This is what I know now from offering Brave Creations Inner Circle for 5 years in a row. I've learned a lot from hosting Heart Art retreats 7 times. I've learned a lot. So it can be as simple as that, that if you don't, here, let me tell you the bottom line. If you don't sell anything, you don't have a business. I'm going to say that a few more ways. If you have no money coming into your PayPal, Stripe, whatever, you do not have a business. You have a hobby. You have a hobby. And there's a lot of hobbies going on. And so We have to sell something in order to actually have a business. And I believe you're called to have a business, or I don't think you'd be sitting here in the Inspired Business Academy. And I want you to make money. That's not wrong. I want you to make money. Beth also asked how often to post on social media to sell this without sounding redundant or salesy. You're going to post every day. You're going to need to sell something every day. Like Beth has an early bird special. We're going to use her as an example. She has an early bird special. I don't know if she's sold 1, 2, I don't know how many she's sold. She needs to tell us again, oh, there's 3 days left of early bird. Oh, there's 2 days. Oh, there's 1. She needs to tell us all the time. Email and tell, email and tell. I'm teaching a video training course on Wednesday. I'm going to post about it today. I already did. You're going to post about it every day. You're going to tell me every day. You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to be like, oh, good. All my friends are going to leave me. And they're either going to leave you or not. They're going to unsubscribe. Okay. Then that's not my person, because I'm on video a lot. I'm on video a lot. You know, if I'm pissing them off, then we might not be BFFs. So you're going to sell every day if you want to have a business, and like eventually that might start being automated for you. I mean, wouldn't it be a miracle if you didn't have to post every day and money still came in? Hello. And but Beth also said, since I have been promoting more, people are dropping off my list. I already addressed that. Yes, they will. And some of you don't have a list. And that's the other problem. If you don't have a way for people to sign up to be on your list, then that's a whole nother layer of the problem, right? You have to get them to come over and say yes, to come on your email, you know, and then this will lead us to Elizabeth's question in a second. But Beth did say, I'm not hiding, I'm being more visible and showing up, and I'm not giving up. Amen. Amen. Has anybody else been more visible in the last 2 months? Yeah. So are you willing to be more visible in the next 2 months? Are you willing to be willing? Are you willing to be, let's get it, let's have a come to Jesus moment right here. I need you to look at me, everybody look. Are you willing to do the thing you're not doing? And all of you know what the hell that is. For you, for Heather, it's different than Heidi. For Carrie, it's different than Becky and Marta. What are you resisting? Let's go ahead and type this into the chat, because you need to have your own come to Jesus moment. What are you resisting, and what are you willing to do about it? What are you resisting, and what are you willing to do about it? Okay. So go ahead and type in the box, Carrie, what you're going to do to change that. And let's see, what are you resisting? Calling myself out. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. What are you resisting? What are you willing to do about it? Let's have the dump. Let's have the catharsis right now. What are you resisting? Getting my email list going. Yes. Good. What are you resisting? What are you willing to do about it? Sometimes we just need to say it out loud. Like, I know I refer to my 12-step programs a lot, but like there's such a power in when you hit rock bottom of whatever your thing is, walking into a room of strangers and just saying, I think I have a problem with blank. And they're like, ah, ha, ha, ha. Like they like, yeah, we've heard that before. I think I have a problem. Well, yes, I had a problem, and I needed somebody to witness me saying that. You know, I mean, I was desperate. I was in pain. I was depressed and thought my life was over, and it was only just beginning. And sometimes we need a witness in this group to just say, hey, I am, you know, every week I say I'm going to do the thing, the blog, the video, the this, the that, the program, and I don't ever do the thing. Here we go. Heather has to go. Okay, good. All right. See you later. Marie's going to get her email list going. Excellent. Susan is going to stop resisting videos, start learning video recording. Excellent. Okay, keep typing. I'm going to go over to Elizabeth's question, and then we'll have time for others. So get them ready. Okay, Elizabeth says, I'm confused with how to set up an email subscription list. I have to choose a service. Yes, you have to choose. A lot of your business is really going to be about this, not just you, Elizabeth. Okay, two things, and I keep them on my desk for a reason. A lot of your business is going to be about making a decision. It's like, okay, you know, is it MailerLite? Is it MailerChimp? Is it Mailer this or Mailer that? Or, you know, I've used like 10 different email systems. Constant Contact, One Shopping Cart, Active Campaign. What are some of the other ones? I don't know. There's been a whole list. You know, for 15 years, I've had an email list. So your email list will depend on your pricing, how many people, but you have to pick one. And for me, I need to pick one that's, I actually know how to log in and use the damn thing by myself. Like, I don't want to have to wait for some magical VA to like send an email for me, because that's agonizing. When I was on Infusionsoft, that's how I felt. Like, I couldn't even send an email. I mean, I had like this complicated, crazy $280 system a month, my friends. So you're going to have to make a lot of decisions. So pick one, Elizabeth, and then you're going to connect it to your website, or you're going to let me say that again. You are not going to connect it to your website. Stop the drama. Have your VA do the things you do not know how to do. You don't need to learn how to do. You have them connect over there and get your freebie. Your freebie number one. I need you to hear this, Elizabeth. You're going to have a multitude of freebies, my friends. You're going to have some that last a year and go, oh, that's cool. And then you're going to hide it. Oh, like my brain board is one. My prayer canvas is one. My 3-day Be Brave Today thing is one. So you're going to have many freebies, but we all start with one, right? You need one to get somebody to say, oh, I think I want that little report. Let me see that little system. So we love worksheets. Send them a worksheet. Get them to get the worksheet, right? And you're going to have to do a lot of this, progress, not perfection. So I don't think I answered your question, but I'm pointing you to make some decisions, Elizabeth, and ask for the help you need. And you're going to need to do that with your Elizabeth website as well. So you have a book website, you need to have an Elizabeth's, like I have lots of websites, but I need the Diane Cunningham brand to go with me. And why is this important? Because I sold one of my giant brands. I sold a company. And if I had let go of DianeCunningham.com, where would she be? She's me. So you are you. Your book is a piece of you. Okay, your book is one of the pieces of you. Your programs are a piece of you. And, you know, eventually you might want to sell something too. Make it sellable, right? Make your system sellable. Okay, let's see. Let me see if there's any other questions here. So Elizabeth sent a question. Beth sent some. I think we addressed that. And who else has a question that they want to bring to the table? We've got about 16 minutes and we'll close up with our brave bravos and ahas. Okay, Doreen needs help with her. Do you have any, you have a couple things in the queue, Doreen? Couple ideas for your, go ahead.
The only thing I was thinking that the speakers are going to be giving I call it voices of hope. So all of us giving us a hope that, you know what, there's no easy path to success. You don't put on your runners and run down the highway. You work hard at it, knock down your own trees, but if I can do it, you can do it too. So it's kind of that idea. Suck totally at titles. So I don't know what to call it. So, yeah.
So, and we can brainstorm some titles in the chat box. I mean, that would be great. So Voices of Hope. It's International Women's Day. Let's just do I'm going to call it a flush, not in a bad way, but let's just do a brain dump of ideas into the chat room that might be one that stick. Give me a minute because my brain's percolating on it right now. I mean, can't you just call it Voices of Hope?
Well, I just kind of want that to be the understanding for the speakers that that's what we're doing. But yeah, I would like a one-word title with a little mini subtitle.
Nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Elizabeth wrote Hope Arising. Carrie, go ahead.
Sorry, Doreen, I was checked out because I had a thing I was paying, can you tell me again? I love titles, so maybe I can help, but tell me again, because I missed that, what you said very specifically, like in a one sentence or so. What is it that the focus and purpose is?
For the speakers to give a message of hope. So I'm calling it voices of hope, different women coming in with different things, realizing that the path to success isn't easy, and we have to blaze our own trails sometimes.
Hi,
So
Becky.
And do you
just
want
running-
the title for the speakers, or is this like an internal title for speakers, or is this the title of the event that you're looking for?
I'm looking for the title for the event, like
Okay.
a one word with a subtitle.
Okay.
So,
So if I attend it, like
Mhm.
if I'm thinking about attending it, what would you tell me I'm going to get? Like, what would I get? What's a tangible outcome or result I'm going to get by attending it? Why would I want to attend it? Why should I give a care? Well, I was going to say something else, but I corrected myself. Seriously, because people are always asking that question. Why should
Right.
I care? Because there's so much out there. How am I going to be better for it? What is it going to add to my life?
It's going to put some fire under your laurels to get off your butt, and you go do the thing. Because we've done it. You can
The
do
thing
it. So
meaning
let's do
anything
it.
that they're dreaming about. It's not just business.
Yeah, anything. To stop
Okay.
hiding. One of the speakers is talking about that. Stop hiding. Go out, use your gifts. Come on, ladies, let's do this.
nice. Okay, we've got some ideas in the chat.
Thank you.
Reclaiming hope, Hope Sisters, a day of hope. And we can keep, here's the deal. I mean, my brain's going to think of 5 more things as soon as we hang up. So, post this over in our group, in our IB, and you're all welcome to do this. Like if you need a brainstorm, what do they call it? The hive mind. Just say, hey, I need some help like brainstorming this. That's what I get to do with my coach too. And I do it with you guys too. Like, I mean, I'm always asking, do you like this? Do you like this? Polls. So, I mean, we can get it started and maybe we'll get you a name by 5 o'clock today, because
Perfect.
I mean, you need a name. You need a name. Look at that. Rise, regaining hope from the ashes, reclaiming
Oh,
hope. Yeah. I mean,
this
maybe
is
you
helpful. Thank you.
could take hope, and then like HOPE, I don't know. Voices of hope. Yeah, rising. I don't know. Yeah, there's so many. So good stuff. You good? Start playing with. Doreen, you good?
I'm very good. This is super. I'm just reading all the comments. Thank you so much. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay, awesome. Anybody else have a question? Because if not, I have some. I found some of my trainings. I'm always investing in trainings. Last year I did Tribe with Stu, and then I dug out my Amy Porterfield Digital Course Academy stuff. So I've got like a giant binder of stuff that I pulled out a few notes from there, but I want to make sure that we've answered any specific questions for today. Remember, don't injure me on Thursday during our Voxer office hours from 12 until 3 Central. Do not message me before that. I've got an eye doctor's appointment. Okay, so 12 to 3 is when you will Voxer me anything specific you want help with. Any other questions that have risen up from today? I want to make sure I get to those. Well, let me share this little Amy Porterfield thing, and then we're gonna close with ahas. Okay. So Amy Porterfield, have you all heard of her? Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, Elizabeth hasn't. Here's a great reminder. All the people you think that everybody knows, not everybody knows them. Like, we all see different Facebook ads. We all are hanging in different groups and crews, and only recently, like some of my friends I've never, like, only recently heard of Brene Brown. I'm like, what do you mean you just heard of Brene Brown? Where have you been? But that's our own stuff. Like my sister last summer, oh my gosh, Brene Brown. I'm like, yeah, Brene Brown. 7 or 10 years ago was when I read her first book, but it was new to her. It was new. So Do not assume your people know anything about what you're talking about. Just stop. They don't know. They might not know. So we're always going to be teaching the same thing again and again and again. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I've taught this 6,000 times. Guess what? There's somebody in the group that never heard it. Or they need to hear it again because you taught it a year ago, right? I mean, you taught it a year ago. Maybe they like forgot. Maybe they missed that class. Maybe they were out sick. So teach it again, teach it again, teach it. First of all, get it on video. This is a plug for getting your stuff into whatever system, MemberVault, Kajabi, Funnel, wherever. Get yourself a platform, record your stuff, and put it somewhere so you can stop repeating yourself all day, every day. The Inspired Business Academy is going to be done and completed in a few weeks. Why? Because every week I'm busting my ass recording videos and making worksheets on the weekends, and then I'll be able to rinse and repeat this course, this group, rinse and repeat. Enroll people. And Brave Creations Inner Circle, I've been doing that every year. And every year we add more. Every year we add new trainings. Every year I add more women. So what can you do so that you can rinse and repeat on it as you go? Anywho, so the Amy Porterfield thing, she talks about 3 Ps, and this is for a webinar, but this could be for your Facebook Live or anything really. I mean, now that I think about it. 3 Ps. So just, well, I'm not going to share the entire worksheet. I'm just going to give you the 3 Ps, and then we can, that's probably enough for right now. 3 Ps. Number 1, the possibility. If somebody can type these in. The most profitable webinar presentations follow 3 strategically executed phases. The possibility. So you want your clients to see they too could write a book. So this says webinar. This could be your post on Facebook, right? The possibility. Number 2, the path. Number 3, the promotion. And so I'm going to just read these 3 paragraphs just to give you something to ponder. The possibility. Great webinars address a problem and give insight toward a solution, aka what's possible. The goal of your webinar or Facebook Live or whatever is to lead your attendees to one of the following: a new mindset shift, a new opportunity, a new understanding, a breakthrough, a new way, a shift, or a new decision. The new possibility you introduce in your webinar will be aligned with your digital course offer. So that goes back to, if I'm doing a free webinar, right, up here, I'm leading them to my $27 knickknack, $37, some sort of thing, and then it will directly maybe lead them to the 97, then to this group. If you remember, I did a free webinar in November, and many of you, that's where you signed up for this program. Remember that? If you didn't sign up in that, you signed up in December. And so that was a free webinar that led to a $497 thing. Okay. Number 2, the path. So number P is the possibility. 2, the path. Great webinars teach and offer true value. The teaching happens through the pillars: steps, secrets, strategies, keys, and I'll teach on that another day. The goal is to teach and add value in order to reframe your attendees' current beliefs so that they begin to see the new possibility. So you've planted the seed of the possibility. You're going to give them a glimpse of your little success path, how we get through this. We're going to go we're going this way. Here's the map. True value. And then the promotion is at the end, right? The promotion. Number 3, great webinars convert into sales. Here you will introduce the benefits of your course and clearly paint an inspirational picture of the opportunity you've created for them inside your course. The goal of the promotion is to present an irresistible offer your attendees cannot refuse because they understand the benefits and want the results you are promising. So this is the same, like whether you're doing so Doreen's thing or Beth's thing. Beth's doing, like Beth did a free webinar that didn't work last week, right? So her Zoom went haywire, but she carried on and she now has a sale, right? So she was offering the possibility, the path, and then she's selling them something. Come farther, click the button, click the button, come with me farther down the path. Doreen will be having this free event, and hopefully from there, upselling them into something. So you need to work on that, my friend. You're going to upsell them to somewhere. But so this framework, I mean, just put these 3 words on a Post-it, and, you know, if in doubt, follow this when you're doing a teaching. What's the possibility for your client? What are you trying to help them to see or believe? Because they don't believe they can do it. They don't believe they can write a book. They don't believe they can do any video. They don't believe they can have a website or understand how to, you know, do the thing, whatever the thing is that scares the crap out of them. Whatever the thing is you're resisting. Remember, whatever you wrote that you're resisting, you need somebody that's doing that thing that you're like, okay, I see that she's doing that thing. She has not died yet. We've got 4 minutes. Let's hear some ahas from today before we close out. And you can turn your mic on to do that or type them into the box. But I would like to hear an idea you got, or an affirmation, or an aha, idea, affirmation, aha. Who wants to go first?
Hi, this is Susan. I just realized, and now you're going to say, duh, it's like the Brene Brown thing. I need to do some freebies. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. Excellent. Who else? Aha. Knock upside the head. Let's see. Go ahead.
The 2 quotes of the day, in my opinion. My cortisol was running loose all over the house, because the reality is that getting my stress under control is my #1 thing right now. And going all in doesn't mean you get buried alive. Like that's I think we always are saying do more, do more, do more, and yeah, putting yourself back on the list is part of the deal.
Nice, nice. Thank you, thank you. Can you did you write those both down? Can you take a picture of those quotes and text it to me? Awesome. Excellent. Who's next with their aha or the quote of the day? Marie.
Yeah, I think it goes back, I think Tammy was saying it. We can get so busy that we lose sight of our purpose. So it's always good to step back and refocus so that we don't get too busy and know why we're doing what we're doing. And in my devotions this morning, I was reading in the book of John, and you're supposed to think of Jesus when you're reading, but it came up, just ask. And the first person that came to my mind was Diane, because he said, just ask.
Nice.
That's your favorite quote, you know, always ask. So, yeah.
That's good. Excellent. Great job, Marie. Who else has an aha or a takeaway from today? Go ahead and just unmute. Let's blurt them out. It's time, sisters. 1 minute to go. Blurt it out.
So I have come to the realization that I just need to step forward and pick out an email subscription company. And I think I'm going to go with ConvertKit. I want to do a little bit more research, but once I decide, I need to do it like right away.
Yes. There's a lot of recovering perfectionism and recovering researchers in this room. So like take it, you know, do a decision, make a decision. Excellent. Great job, Elizabeth. Who else? Claim your seat and share your aha.
I'm really learning there are a heck of a lot of creative ideas to go out there and get clients and make stuff that people are attracted to. So I'm a little bit on the same page as Susan. Duh, make more freebies.
Duh. It's always like that. I mean, I'm in a million programs too. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so simple. What the hell? But we overcomplicate it. Anybody else? Carrie?
Can I share? I will tell you from my own personal experience from years ago, struggling with the freebie thing and watching and consuming immense amounts of stuff. Stop making it so damn difficult. Make it small, make it bite-sized, make it consumable, because we don't want to put it on our digital shelf. I can't tell you how many things are on my digital shelf because it sounded like a great idea. and just so if we're doing that, think about our clients who are doing that. What is just a small piece that they can consume? You know, because what I have found is that when I'm taking too long and I'm getting caught up in the doing of it, it's because I'm resisting putting it out there, because what if they just reject it?
Right, right.
So my commitment this year is to putting more out. If it works, great. If it doesn't, stop, shift, put something else out. The truth is, I know this is true for me. I suspect it's true for at least one other person, maybe more. You already have enough. Stop
ma'am.
creating and start putting it out there. And
Yes,
I'm not
ma'am.
just speaking to you all, I'm speaking to me and holding my own feet to the fire and calling myself on the carpet on this one. So I suspect there's at least another person doing the same thing, maybe like most of us.
Exactly.
I keep thinking this every time we meet, is like, we need to stop doing, stop creating, and start just putting it out there and testing it. The key is, though, and this is very hard, I know that, but I'm going to say it anyway. We have got to figure out how to detach from the outcome.
Yes, ma'am.
And stop making your outcome goals. Make it just make your goal instead to just put it out there and let it be what it is.
Exactly. Exactly. Let me close with that. That's why I'm doing all these workshops, you guys. I'm doing a workshop like once a month, and like I mean, I'm going to do it whether there's 10 people sitting there. I mean, I'm just doing it. Why? Because I need to teach it anyway. So just keep putting things out. See what you like. See what some things you're not going to like. Some people aren't going to come. Okay. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. And oh well. I wear a bracelet that says just enough, to remind myself I have just enough. I am just enough. There is just enough. I mean, I don't need to chase more, even though my mind, my whole life tells me I do. So you come back, you know, do what God's given you to do today. Let's pray. Let's pray. Father God, thank you for the lessons we've learned just being here together. Thank you for giving us the ability to come back and to learn so much from one another by hearing our own story in other people's voice, by hearing, oh gosh, I do that too. Me too. Me too. Me too. So Lord, help us to produce our passion this week. And that's all we have to do. I need to talk about what I'm passionate about. The right people will rise up. They're going to come hang around. They're going to come to my loop, my circle, my email list, or whatever I give them to come to. And others will not. No matter how many times I post, they are just not coming my way. And that's totally fine. It's just totally fine. Be the blessing. Help us to be the blessing that we are. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, ladies, if you want to save the chat, because there's some great, great stuff, just click on the 3 buttons. You'll save the chat, yippee-i-o. And I'll get this downloaded into the group. And, you know, I'll see some of you on the video training. And then we'll do Voxering on Thursday. It'll be fun. All right. See you later. Bye.